Hi guys, on today's demonstration I'm going to be showing you a pension switch running through the AdvisoryAI app called Emma. So what I need to do is select the Suitability Report Master first and foremost, and then I have a client here, John Doe, and then from there what I'm going to do is just select the latest documents, and I just need to highlight these and simply hit next. Now what Emma's going to do is she's going to do all of the heavy lifting for us. First and foremost, what she's doing is reading through those documents. From there, she's going to start cross-analysing the information before providing us with lots of analysis. Now the analysis will be on sections such as risk, such as costs and charges, such as the switch recommendation from the advisor and the justification of that advice, the current details about each pension, and then she'll look at the objectives with the client. From here, what she'll do is place that into what we call Emma's Snapshot. Now that's the first chance we get to see how she's analysed that information, and as paraplanners we have the ability now to either edit the information, we get to review it obviously first and foremost, but if we're happy with that, what we get to do is accept that and push that through to the final report. And here's the snapshot now. So we've made life even easier for paraplanners by introducing what we call citations. Now that's to check the initial upload documents that we placed into the upload section. We can check different information off. So if I was to look at something along these lines, for example, in terms of, let's check his address. So Maple Grove, Cheshire. Okay, I can hover over number 1 and I can go down to here and check, oh yeah, Maple Grove, Cheshire. So I'm happy with that information. And when I'm happy with that, all I need to do is simply hit looks good. The client's objectives and goals and circumstances. We look at the risk profile. We look at the analysis and research. The recommendation, which is obviously ultimately to switch the pensions. We look at the asset allocation and investment strategies. The current charges. We look at the risks and considerations, and then we finally finish off with the other financial needs. And when we're happy with that information, all I need to do is simply hit next. Now what Emma's going to do now is she's going to pick up that snapshot information and place that into the final report. Then as paraplanners, obviously what we'll go through is go through that information, just checking that it's been brought through in the right format and the right facts and figures. I can't stress highly enough how important that snapshot is. Obviously I've gone through that quickly, but as a paraplanner you might spend 10, 15, 20 minutes depending on the complexity of the case in order to make sure that information is right. And when it is, obviously by clicking next, that's going to obviously bring through the right information in the right format into the final suitability report. So here's the report ready now. So again, we start with the introduction and background, the circumstance of the client, the needs and objectives. We look at the summary of the recommendation, the risk profile, the attitude to risk, all the way down to capacity for loss. We look at the analysis and research on the 4 pensions, existing pension features, pension charges, alternative provider analysis, coordinated investment strategy, cost comparison analysis, and long-term impact analysis. All the way down to the recommendation, the reasons why in terms of the investment strategies. We move to the alternatives being considered, 4 of those there. The costs and charges from the arrangement costs, the reoccurring annual charges, charge impact analysis, key differential and risk warnings, mitigating those risks before finishing off with other financial needs. So thanks very much for listening. I hope to speak to you soon. Cheers.